I think it's safe to say that Cleveland versus Golden State, or if you want to term it, Golden State versus Cleveland, is officially a rivalry. But I'll go with the way I've said it the first time, because Golden State has become the favorites to win a championship over the past 3 years. We have to be honest here. We are expecting for the finals to be Cleveland versus Golden State again, unless a surprise team like the Houston Rockets beat Golden State to make it to the finals, or some random team out of the East takes out Cleveland, which I think is not happening. But here's the question. What if LeBron loses in the finals? Again, what's going to happen? Where does he go? Or does he deserve an excuse? You'll see in a few seconds. Once again, it's Third Eye View 195 coming at you with my intellect. Stay tuned. LeBron did something spectacular last year in the NBA Finals. He averaged a triple-double. He averaged 33.6 points per game, 12 rebounds per game, and 10 assists per game. But that wasn't enough to take down the Warriors, because we all know that Cleveland lost to Golden State in the finals in 5 games. I'm not going to lie, I gave LeBron an excuse, which he deserved, because most of the team never came through for him, except for Kyrie and Kevin Love. And it takes more than just 3 players to beat a great team like Golden State. Throughout the finals, Kyrie averaged 29.4 points per game, 1 steal per game, 4.4 assists per game, and 4 rebounds per game. Kevin Love averaged a double-double. He averaged 16 points per game, 2.2 steals per game, 1 block per game, 1 assist per game, and 11.2 rebounds per game. If LeBron loses this year in the finals, I'm definitely going to be blaming him. Just like for the 2011 NBA Finals, the way he performed versus the Dallas Mavericks was unacceptable. Averaging 17.8 points per game for a player like LeBron is really bad. Dwayne Wade averaged more than him. He averaged 26.5 points per game, and so did Chris Bosh. He averaged 18.5 points per game. If you ask the question, why I would blame him this year and not last year, is because of this. Here's the main reason. Kevin Durant caught everybody off guard, and no one expected him to go to Golden State. And that has never happened before in NBA history, where a top 3 player in the NBA at the time joined a team that beat him. So that's why. And every team in the NBA was at a disadvantage. Let's be honest. And this is why I'm going to be blaming LeBron this year if Cleveland loses to Golden State. Because 1, you know what to expect, and not only that, this as well. LeBron's the GM and the coach for the Cavaliers. He calls all the shots, and the organization gives him what he wants. He wanted J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert, and Cleveland received them. They were traded in a 3-team trade that included the Knicks and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Cleveland got JR and Iman from the Knicks and a first-round pick in the 2015 NBA draft from the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Cleveland ended up sending Dion Waiters to the Thunder and Lua Mudson and Alex Kirk and a second-round pick in the 2019 NBA draft to the Knicks. And the Thunder sent Lance Thomas to the Knicks as well. LeBron also wanted Kyle Korver, and last year, Cleveland traded away Mike Dunleavy and Mo Williams for Kyle Korver, including cash considerations and a protected future first-round draft pick. And the Cleveland Cavaliers ended up having the highest payroll in the NBA. So that's proof of how stacked the Cavaliers are. The fact that you have the highest payroll in the NBA proves that. Because the team is going out and getting good players, they are spending money. Cleveland is also better this year than last year. So if LeBron loses in the finals, no one should be making excuses for him. Because Cleveland has 6 All-Stars now. Last year they had 5. And they also have more depth. They make up for what they miss in Kyrie, getting Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, Dwayne Wade, Jose Calderon, Jeff Green, and Derrick Rose. And realistically, they should be a very good defensive team. So it's weird how they are 28th in defensive rating. So if you're a LeBron fan, your excuse can't be that Golden State is too stacked, because they have 6 All-Stars as well. And Cleveland has every answer to beat Golden State. Everything is evened out. Because I know this is something that LeBron fans are going to say if he loses again. And yes, LeBron is the best player on the planet right now. No one is better than him. Can you imagine if Michael Jordan had this team? You would see what Jordan would be able to accomplish with them. Since people want to compare LeBron to Jordan so much. I'm not getting at every LeBron fan, because I know every LeBron fan doesn't think like this or say this. I'm just getting at the ones that over-exaggerate when it comes to LeBron and act like you can't blame him or he's never the problem, when he really is sometimes. One thing that I would notice over the years with LeBron fans is they will say before every NBA Finals, when Cleveland dominates the East, that the Cavaliers will win it all. And then when they lose in the finals to Golden State, they say LeBron never had any help. Even when Cleveland beat Golden State on Christmas Day back in 2016, imagine what those fans were saying, because at that time, Cleveland was 4-0 against them, including the 3 games that they won in a row to win the NBA championship back in the NBA Finals in 2016. And that's when Kevin Durant was on the team during that Christmas Day game. I know I said I gave LeBron an excuse for losing in the finals last year, but I gave my reason why. Some fans just say it to say it with no explanation at all, and it doesn't matter what the situation is. They'll always say it to just say it, even when it's not true. So my question is to those type of LeBron fans, why didn't you bring up how stacked Golden State was when Cleveland beat them on Christmas Day that year? Now I'm going to bring this up. Since LeBron rejoined the Cavaliers in 2014, no one wants to bring up the fact that he beat super teams. In the 2015 NBA playoffs, he beat the Atlanta Hawks, and I don't want to hear that the Atlanta Hawks isn't the same thing as the Warriors. The point is this: during the 2014 to 2015 NBA season, Cleveland nearly got swept by the Atlanta Hawks. That season, Atlanta won the season series 3-1, and Atlanta had the second best record in the NBA, behind the Golden State Warriors. And they had the best record in the East. They won 60 games and lost 22 games. Atlanta had 5 All-Stars on the team. Elton Brand, even though he wasn't what he was in his younger days, but having a veteran that is an All-Star on your team is great because they can teach the young guys, and that definitely has a good effect. They also had Al Horford, who at the time was a 3-time All-Star. Kyle Korver became an All-Star earlier on that year before the playoffs. Paul Millsap was a 2-time All-Star at the time, and Jeff Teague just became an All-Star that season before the playoffs as well. Cleveland only had 4 All-Stars. Shawn Marion wasn't the same at that point in his career. He didn't have any use anymore. And the same thing that I said about Elton Brand applies to Shawn Marion as well. Also Kyrie, Kevin Love, and obviously LeBron. But what happened come playoff time? Cleveland swept Atlanta in the Eastern Conference Finals. So basically you could say, based off of what happened between the 2 teams during that season, that Atlanta Hawks had the advantage. And the amount of All-Stars that Atlanta had outnumbered Cleveland's amount. Plus, Atlanta had a head start because the season before they basically had the same team. LeBron and Kevin Love just came to the Cavaliers that season, and there was a coaching change as well. So those things happening changes the culture of a specific team, and those things happening can take time for everything to come together and adjust, and for each and every player to gel with each other. Atlanta had more time to gel with each other. During the 2015 to 2016 NBA season, Golden State swept the Cavaliers in the regular season series 2-0. Golden State had 4 All-Stars: Andre Iguodala, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. Cleveland also had 3 All-Stars with fresh legs, and the other one was old, which was Mo Williams, so he basically doesn't count. During the 2016 NBA Finals, he averaged 1.5 points per game, 0 blocks per game, 0.5 steals per game, 0.2 assists per game, 0.5 rebounds per game, and he only played for 4.8 minutes per game. Cleveland was down 3-1 to the Warriors in the finals, and Cleveland came back to win the series in 7 games. They were the first team in NBA Finals history to come back from being down 3-1. So you can still basically say that Golden State outnumbered them, plus the 2015 to 2016 Golden State Warriors roster was the greatest season team of all time and the most winningest team with a record of 73 wins and 9 losses. They were also the favorites to win the championship that season, but no one points this out because I know if LeBron lost, somebody would say that he doesn't have enough help. And it's proven that he did have help. Here's why. Because the previous year before, when Golden State beat Cleveland, they didn't have Kevin Love or Kyrie Irving. And the moment that Cleveland got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love back, they came and won a championship. And the reason why Cleveland lost last year to the Golden State Warriors is because the addition of Kevin Durant. Golden State swept Cleveland this season. We won't see them play each other until the NBA Finals, but that's only if they make it. Even though Cleveland lost to Golden State last night, I still think that they can beat them if they face each other in the finals. Because here's why. Isaiah Thomas is not 100% yet. Derrick Rose was out. And before he went down with an injury, Derrick Rose was averaging, for the season in 7 games, 14.3 points per game, 1.7 assists per game, and 2.6 rebounds per game. And Diamond Shumpert was injured as well. And we don't know what's going to happen come trade deadline time, because it's rumored that They want to trade Tristan Thompson for DeAndre Jordan, and we don't know what else is going to happen. If this does happen, Cleveland will be a really dangerous team, even though they're dangerous already. But with all that being said, if LeBron loses in the finals again this year, I see him leaving just like how he left to go back to Cleveland in 2014 when he was on Miami and Miami lost to the Spurs. And it's obvious because the problems I hear between him and his Cavs teammates just gives that more validity. I think that LeBron is going to go to the Lakers. It's obvious because he has a house out there, plus he was whispering in Lonzo Ball's ears, which to me is more than a just keep your head up encouragement. Plus Paul George is obviously going to go there as well because he's a free agent this summer, and he's been saying that he wants to be a Laker and play in his hometown. And DeMarcus Cousins is going to be a free agent this summer as well, and rumor has it that he might be getting traded to the Lakers. And DeMarcus being in the discussion will definitely spark him to want to go to the Lakers if he's not traded there. Also, LeBron becomes a free agent this summer, and we all know that NBA players talk, so they are probably texting each other on the low, trying to plan things out for next season. If LeBron doesn't leave, the best option in my opinion is for him to stay in Cleveland and have players come to him or go to a team where the organization can be an instant contender. I see LeBron going to these teams if he were to leave Cleveland. The Denver Nuggets, the Rockets, the Raptors, the Thunder, the Spurs, or the Wizards. To be honest, even the Trailblazers. But that's it for the video, guys, and like I always say, please like and subscribe and hit that notification button and comment below. Tell me what you think. Your opinion matters. Peace!
Grew up understood why pops is always cussing, then I only hope that my knowledge would go, so she don't have to face my face of disappointment. Hear me ask why she chose that choice of employment.